Hello everybody, Dylan here. Today we are going to be reading yet again another quickie article, and this is going to be yet again another part of the Troll series of videos. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite trolls, Jimmy Hill. I like Jimmy Hill just because of how random the shit involving him is. We've got a quote from Chris: "Jimmy Hill is a thief, an imposter. Do not buy his imposter Sonichu crap." Jimmy Hill, 22nd of July, 1928 to December 19th, 2015, so I guess he's dead now, was a British soccer presentator known for hosting BBC series March of the Day from 1973 to 1988. An unknown person uses alias of Jimmy to troll Chris, claiming to be the one true creator of Sonichu and Rosachu, selling counterfeit Sonichu merchandise and aiming to launch his own comic in Europe around September of 2008. Jimmy Hill's work. Jimmy Hill's variation of Sonichu was a homo, with Blake his boyfriend and Rosachu his gal pal, using Chris's lingos. He revised Mary Lee Walsh as the mother and Jimmy Hill as the father. What the fuck? And battled Chris Chan's giant jerk bot. Hill also sold official merchandise, including a muscle brawl suitable for geriatric females and overweight men who are uncertain about their sexuality, that being Chris. And this is an image from the popular Sonichu anime, which was being shown in Europe for sure. Oh no, Chris Chu's giant jerkbot is heading straight for the city, and you can see Sonichu with his arms flailing, showing that he is a homo. And then here's another scene. Sonichu, as your true original creator, I command you to zap that wanker. I fucking love how much effort was put into this. Sure thing, daddy. We can see Sonichu doing extremely homoerotic poses, and he has a fucking earring showing that he's gay. He has bondage gear on like Mr. Slave from South Park. And then here's the giant robot they fought. Thank God that penis is censored. This is one of the ads that actually started off the Jimmy Hill saga. It's a photoshopped picture of Sonic. It's one of the Sonic Adventure toys, and you can even still see the blue around the trim because they don't know how to use Photoshop correctly. You can actually still see the original colors underneath. But yeah, Chris thought that this was real. Here's the page showing the ad in a comic book. You can tell that's Photoshop too, seeing how that resolution is higher than the actual photo's resolution, and it doesn't even blend well. But they tricked Chris alright. And then this was made. You can see that the text here is smaller and blurrier, meanwhile the text here they obviously edited is larger. Chris fell for that. And then what is this page? Yet again, more of Chris Chan's shit. God damn it, Chris, you're so dumb. This is boxes of Jimmy Hill's Chris Chan DVD. I might play that one day if I ever feel like killing myself. He took Chris's Yep on One TV DVD and then resold it, and he dubbed over it. So that's pretty funny, actually. This is the box for the Jimmy Hill Sonichu video game. Some great shit there. And Chris responds. In September of 2008, Chris first responded to the unauthorized merch sales. I'll be playing that video if I can find it. Next month, Chris raged more openly against Jimmy Hill, pointing out that Hill's artwork was an obvious ripoff of his, and ignoring that he is not one to talk about regarding ripoffs. He and Panda Halo planned to sue Jimmy, and when she said, "I hope somebody cuts off his penis in IRC," Chris made his famous statement, "I hope he loses his duck." Chris didn't want to say dick, so he said duck. His fans at ED left a sign reading Encyclopedia Dramatica, Heart Jimmy Hill, on Chris's lawn, and Jimmy Hill would be kind of like a little precursor to Liquid Chris, because Jimmy Hill said that he was the real creator of Sonichu, and then Liquid Chris would also do the same thing. So some of the trolling events are very similar. And that's just what happens with Chris Chan trolling. People rip each other off quite a bit, which is yet again why I say that some of the modern stuff that Chris Chan is doing is signs that he's being trolled again, and that it's not actual things that he's doing on his own. Like, I don't think Chris is actually doing this shit because he wants to. I think someone's getting him to do this wacky shit he's been doing recently. They put that sign on Chris's lawn Halloween 2008. A year later, He tore up the sign on YouTube. It took him a year to tear up the sign. During the Miyamoto saga, Chris grandiosely stated, "I declare another step forward in the Sonichu game project and the downfall of that imposter, Jimmy Hill. I have also informed them of Sarah Mitchell's message of Sega of Japan, leaning to pay the imposter, but Takashi will most certainly step in and avert this mistake from being made. Then hopefully, with their help, I'll be able to claim the copyrights in the UK. Yes, he actually thought Jimmy Hill had the copyrights of Sonichu in the UK, so Chris got the copyrights of Sonichu in the US. Chris Chan has the word Sonichu copyrighted. That should have been mine in the first place. I already had them from Virginia Library of Congress, so yes, that's him confirming that he does have it. By February 2009, Jimmy's site has gone quiet and Chris decided he was no longer a threat. But when amending the Chris Chan ED page, Chris enraged by the idea of Jimmy becoming the mayor of Quickville. So Chris Chan doesn't like Jimmy, he doesn't want to be the mayor of Quickville, and this is Chris Chan actually featuring him in the comics. And now for something completely different. Jimmy Hill's smiling, then he gets shot with a Kamehameha, and then it says Dinsdale, and then he says "Rough, my reef," and then Bugs Bunny appears and said, "You deserved that, you thieving imposter." Bugs Bunny being totally in character, by the way. Sonichu shaking his fist saying "Jimmy" for no reason, and then it says, "Jimmy Hill is an imposter and a thief. Do not buy false Sonichu merchandise, only buy true Sonichu merchandise." So yeah, that was everything I have on Jimmy Hill. Hopefully you guys liked this video. Hopefully you guys have been liking this look at all the trolls. Sorry these videos haven't been like they were normally, but I can't record with people or else my computer will overheat. I can't do streams or else my computer will overheat. And hopefully soon I will be able to afford to get this fan fixed so I can get back to doing my usual stuff, streaming and just messing around with all these different type of videos. Yeah, if you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it. And if you want to see more stuff like this, then subscribe. If you want to be featured in the end credits or just help out on the channel, you can donate to my Patreon or PayPal. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Mr. Jimmy Hill. Mr. Jimmy Hill. As y'all may know about him, he has perpetrated the rights of censorship for myself. As y'all well know, for the longest time now, that I am the original owner and creator of censorship and roastship. This imposter is blatantly copying everything note for note from me. And it all started, from my point of view, upon my knowledge, the magazine advert for his so-called action figure. I mean, you take a good look at that. Take a look at that. Because all that is just this Sonic the Hedgehog action figure custom painted. I can easily custom paint this to look like that. With acrylic paint even. So simple. And so crappy too. The next thing I should talk about, alright. His website. Y'all know the official and original Sonichu site logo I've had on there for the longest time. But then you compare that to his mockery. Can you believe that? It's crappy. It's stupid. And then look at the original comic cover for my first comic book. Then look at his mockery. So similar. This guy can't even be original, and yet he parodied himself on Monty Python's Flying Circus. And now for something completely different. The DVD. You all see? I told y'all about the footage that was probably up on YouTube between the various things. But this guy, he blatantly copied that as well. And all he did was take every footage that was originated from this DVD, and dubbed his voice just over my name. So instead of me saying Christian Weston Chandler, he just dubbed us over each time by saying Jimmy Hill. And even more, something completely different. It even says on the bottom here, the part of Jimmy Hill is played by an actor. An actor. And look at that freaking cover. It's more based on my original comic cover than the original DVD. Anyway, do not buy from Jimmy Hill. He's a fraud, a phony. Is there anything else I want to talk about him? Oh yeah, and if y'all may well be aware of, these were the first two CWCkl logos that were originally up there throughout the evolution of the CWCkl. The original two images. All right, and now the third and final issue: the internet bullies. You bullies, I know y'all are afraid of me, because without me, y'all would have nobody to pick on at this point. But you know what? There are so many famous movie stars, so many famous icons that y'all could just pick on easy enough. But you know what? No matter how many times you direct your influences towards me, I'm just ignoring you. Because basically all you're doing is basically being unheard of. You're basically talking to a brick wall. And I am just blatantly ignoring you hands down. So you may as well just give up. Your opinions and voices are not being heard. You're not scaring me. Y'all are not scaring Blanca. You're scaring nobody, misters. It's time to face facts, misters and misses.